Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how we can build our customer base and the all-important aspect of customer retention. The first thing I think we need to discuss here is we all want to expand our customer base and entice new customers to our business. But what's more important is that we're looking after our current customers and that we're retaining the customers that we actually have. Customer retention is a lot easier than customer acquisition. And the first thing I think we need to look at as coaches is, what are we doing at the moment for our current customer base? And are we doing enough for them to keep them happy and to keep them coming back to us? And can we create more value for them in order to create more profit for us? So the first thing is, how often are you in contact with your current customers? Now, if you're very busy and you have a whole day of coaching, it's quite easy to forget important customers who maybe we haven't seen for 2 or 3 weeks, or we haven't heard from for a month. And caring for all our customers, not just the ones that we see regularly, but also the ones that we haven't seen for a few weeks or months, is just as important as going out and looking for new customers. Now, we need to find out if they're still happy with what we're doing, whether they're intending to come and see us. And that just needs a small message, an email, a telephone, a WhatsApp message. Hi, how are you? Are you keeping okay? Have you started your season yet? How is your game? Are you happy? Is there anything I can do for you? Without coming across and saying, by the way, I've started my coaching business again and I'm available for lessons, and where are you? But more actual, a caring hand, a caring aspect. Listen, I'm here, I'm available for you. I hope you're doing well. Making sure that you are continuing the relationship that you've built with them. This could only be 2 or 3 customers, but it's just as important as, if not more important, than looking for a new customer. Now, one way that you definitely need to be in touch with your current customer group is making sure that you have an established contact list, that you either email them regularly. That would be the easiest way. We've discussed that in other videos. Do you have a newsletter, regular newsletter? Are you in contact with them? This is an absolute must for a modern coach. And you know, they've chosen to see you because they like you, because they like what you're offering them. And the least you can do is keep in touch with them, show them exactly what you are currently doing, what offers you have. That brings us on to the next point. What are you offering them? Is it good value? Are they receiving information from you? Are they receiving help from you, even when they're not directly in front of you having a one-to-one coaching session? So it will be looking a little bit at the value that you are offering your current customer base. You know, are you offering them a newsletter? Are you organizing events for them? Which technologies are you using which can help them? Your overall service package, online booking systems, coaching platforms, maybe coaching technologies such as 3D analysis, TrackMan technology, force plates, whatever it may be. Have a current look at your service package. What are you offering your customers currently? And is it of good value? Why would I come to you for my improvement and not to a neighbor or another coach that's in the region? So before you go looking for new customers, think first and foremost, the service that you're currently offering your current customer base. Now, that might mean that you need to add value to your current service package. That could be writing articles, that could be creating videos, that could be social media content or content that's specific for your current customer base. That could be your overall intellectual property. Are you offering one-to-one coaching even when during lockdown circumstances you're not able to stand in front of them? What are you offering them in terms of Zoom, Go Meeting, Skype? Is there anything that you could be doing for your customers for free that would help them, would benefit all of them in their planning, while working at home, while not able to take a lesson from you or to participate in one of your coaching plans? Have a look first. What, is it, if I'm your customer, am I getting good value, and are you doing a lot for me, especially under these different circumstances? Then I would look at your current customer base, those that are regularly in contact with you and those who are taking certain tuition packages or plans or whatever it is you're offering, and consider how can you upgrade them? How can you increase your current income from the current customer base you have? Now, that will mean, of course, adding value, but it will also mean improving and expanding upon the current packages, plans, subscriptions that you currently offer. If your current customer base take a regular hour every 2 weeks, can you get them to come more often? If somebody is on a bronze or a silver package or plan or subscription, can you upgrade them to a gold? Can you involve them in one of your trips? Can you involve them in one of your groups? Can you offer them some sort of plan where they take X one-to-one sessions, but they're automatically invited into one of your practice groups or one of your courses, or they get a discount on other areas of your service package? So upgrading your current customers, that they invest a little bit more of their income with you, but for that they get more value and they get a better experience. This would be easier and more beneficial to your coaching business than replacing them with new customers. Then I would look at whether or not you've currently exhausted your coaching environment. And what I mean by that is, if you are like me, you're a golf professional and you work at a golf club or a driving range, or you're a tennis coach and you work at a hall, how many of those members, how many of those guys and girls currently take lessons off you or currently are involved in one of your service, one of your plans? If you have a membership of 1,000 members and only 200 people are currently taking some sort of tuition package off you, then, before you go looking outside the club and before you go looking for new customers elsewhere, what could you be doing to turn customers or clients that are under your nose into customers of your coaching business? Now, this could be the simplest things, handing out some one-off lessons, inviting them to take part in some of your courses, word of mouth from your current customers, going and speaking to people in the clubhouse, on the driving range. Hey, how are you doing? How's your game? Being around the clubhouse after events, before events. We've mentioned this before. Are you even available? Or are you somebody who finishes work, disappears, nobody even knows you're there, don't see you? I know in my experience, I've met certain members who have been members at a golf club for 20, 30 years, and I've never met them. And I've been there over 12 years. And that's because they're only there on Mondays, or Sunday afternoons, at times when I'm not generally there. And by changing a little bit my routine, by popping out there on a Sunday afternoon for a coffee with my wife, or going to have a little practice, or suddenly turning up and doing some lessons on a Monday morning, I've suddenly met people who I've never spoke to, but have been at the golf club for many, many years. So consider the target group, the target audience who you've never met, who might potentially be interested in working together with you on one of your packages. Now, obviously, if you're doing a lot online, that's great, but don't forget the simple things. Don't forget having a simple flyer available for anybody to see. Don't forget the email subscriber lists. Simply done. Somebody can put their email address on a piece of paper and you will send them information and include them into your email contact list. Speak to the different sections, the ladies, the men's, the seniors, the juniors. Have you got some sort of funneling processes where, is the budget available where you go to your 10 most motivated juniors and you give them a deal on their tuition that gets them coming then regularly to lessons with you? My experience is that if a few of the juniors come for lessons with you, quite often the parents will follow. So that's a way of using your current customer base to bring new customers into the group. But all in all, I would look at your current situation and ask, what could I be doing more? Before you design, we're going to come on to new customers now, but before you design and spend effort and energy on getting new customers from outside the club, outside the environment, what could you be doing right now to already tap into that enormous customer base or potential customer base that you have under your nose? And what could you be doing to maximize your profit from the current customers and the service that you are providing for them? Now, I think all of us can do that better, me included. But if you are absolutely sure that you have done the things you need to do with your current customer base, and now you want to explore ways of bringing new customers in from outside that environment, then I would recommend that first of all, you decide who your perfect customer is. Try and build a demographic of who that customer is. Who is it you're looking to attract? How are you going to attract them? Where can you find them? How can you appeal to them? Who is the ideal customer? Do you currently coach certain people who fit this demographic, fit this profile, if you like, and how can you use them to help you bring new customers in? That depends a little bit on who you're trying to attract. That depends a little bit on how do you work? Are you open to just anybody, or do you specialize in a certain niche part of the market? Do your current services cater for that customer? If your customer is an elite junior and you want to attract more elite juniors to your coaching business, do you have the systems installed to attract those juniors? How do you attract them? Obviously, most of them you'd have to go through attracting the parents. What are you doing within your service, within your coaching business, that's going to make an elite junior or a parent of an elite junior look out and say, wow, that's my coach for my son or daughter. That's where we're going to go because of this and this and this. So find out who you want to coach and how you're going to attract them, and what are you currently doing to attract that ideal demographic, that ideal profile. And then what systems have you got in place to bring them in and get them into your coaching business? Now, if you want to attract new potential customers, we've talked also about how you're going to attract them in the club. going out to the different groups, organizing events, organizing ways of communicating with them, being on the first tee for tournaments, maybe being in the clubhouse after the tournaments, going onto the putting green, going onto the course. Halfway house, I've always found, is a good place where people have a break and they have a drink, and you can ask them, how are you getting on? Oh, you know, today's terrible. Same thing every week. Well, I hit the ball well, but can't putt well. Well, tell me a little bit more. Why? What's wrong with your putting? Oh, you know, my distance controllers. And you can say, well, you know, why don't you try a little bit of this? Or why don't we spend half an hour together and have a look at that? Yeah, you're right. You know, I've been meaning to come and get it sorted. That you're not going to be able to do that if you're not there. Yeah, you have to be there to help these people. Do you organize events for new potential customers? Are you involved in snooper courses? Are you involved in open days? Are you involved in introductory courses to bring new potential customers to you? Do you organize anything for local businesses, for days out? Have you got a special package or a special plan for the local banks, local insurance companies, or tennis clubs, or any, depending on who you want to appeal to? If you are not going and offering something, how will they know they should come to you? So think about potential offers, potential coaching offers that you can provide to local businesses or to local organizations, which will appeal to their members and say, oh yeah, cool, we've got this once a week event now where we go during our lunch break and we learn to play golf, or whatever the sport is that you are doing. You cannot expect potential new customers to just come to you. You need to be proactive in this, and you need to be thinking about who you want to appeal to and what you're going to do again to bring them in. Then I would also look at, what are you offering that other coaches aren't? You know, if I'm now a local businessman and I've contemplated taking up a new sport, what's going to make me come to you rather than to this gentleman or this lady or this club? Why am I going to join you? Why would you be the person that helps me or integrates me into this sport? And that's where it could be friends of customers of yours. That would already be a good way in. Or it's got to be something that you are catering for. You've got to be specialized in appealing to that person. And for me to say, I'm a local businessman and I'm going to go and start my golf experience with this coach because he caters for people like me. He's come to my business or businesses close to me and put together a awesome plan for people like me. And you've got to differentiate yourself a little bit from the other coaches around you, and you've got to be proactive and go out and look for that potential new customer. Now, one great way of doing this is to build partnerships. And in my last video, we talked about alliances and partnerships. And if you build constructive partnerships with strategic companies who open the door to you to speak to potential new customers, then that's going to be an easier filter, an easier way of you to get new customers to you. Now, what I've experienced from my partnership is that if I organize events together with that company, you know, as we know, I work together with Porsche Basel, so a luxury sports car brand. If I organize events with Porsche Basel, I have the option to be part of those events and to speak to potential new customers. I also have the option to organize plans and packages and, let's say, we call them vouchers or special offers, together with my sponsor, specifically for their customers, where they say, oh, we've got this golf experience morning with Adam Lambe, and it's been given to us because we just invested in a new sports car. Let's go and do that. That's great. This is customer care from my sponsor, but now it's my opportunity to showcase my skills and who I am to a new customer. And if I do a good job of that, they are potentially new customers for the future. So look at how strategic partnerships can also open the door to building new customer bases and building potential new clients for your business. Look first at what you're doing with your current customers. Look first whether you've exhausted everything possible within your current environment, and then think of out-of-the-box ideas. Be proactive on how you can bring in new customers. So I hope that was useful for you and give you some new ideas and some creative ideas on how you can build a new customer base, look after the customer base you have, keep customers coming back to you, but also how you can grow your business. Thanks for listening. Like if you liked it, share if you think it could help somebody, subscribe if you want to hear more, and we'll be back soon with more tips and advice on how we can help you build your coaching business. See you again. Bye-bye.